What's up, sports fans? This is the Lucas Ross Sports Channel, and it's time now to give you my 2023 Big 12 Conference projected standings for the 2023 college football season. Basically, how this video is going to work, we're going to give you the projection standings based on those schedule preview and projected record series that we done. Yesterday, we gave you the Big Ten Conference. A couple days ago, we gave you the ACC, and then on Sunday, we gave you the SEC standings, and those were based off of those projected records and, of course, schedule previews that we done for the last couple months and from the month of January to the month of March. So now we're giving you the Big 12 projected standings for 2023. Not my official prediction. This is simply a projection based on those schedule preview and projected records that we done and seeing how tough the schedule really was for some of these Big 12 teams. And the Big 12 is going to be a lot different this year, of course, with newcomers in there. In the Big 12, of course, we got four of them. We got Cincinnati, BYU, UCF, and Houston. So you're going to see them on this standings list, and it's going to be a wide-open conference. This is the conference I'm looking forward to this season, and this is the conference I think everybody's looking forward to as well for the upcoming 2023 season. But let's get right into it here with my 2023 Big 12 standing projections for the 2023 season, and we'll start from the bottom and work our way to the top. We'll start from the bottom, from 8 through 14. We'll start with Iowa State here at number 14. They're projected to go 4-8 and 1-8 in the conference. I don't really see Iowa State going winless in the conference. I think they at least probably get one win on the schedule on that conference, but they do play Iowa out of the non-conference, so maybe their 4 wins, your 3 wins come in the non-conference, and maybe that 4th win comes in the Big 12. So it's a really possible chance that Iowa State could beat Iowa there in the non-conference there, and they would win probably like 4 games. And this is the Iowa State team that was pretty young last year. I don't expect them to be really terrible this season. I expect them to be better, but as of right now, based on where they were from last year, we have to put them here at the 14th spot, and 4-8 and 1-8 as the projection for the Cyclones. West Virginia at number 13, projected to go 3-9 and 2-7 in the conference. They do have a pretty tough non-conference schedule with Pittsburgh and both Penn State in the non-conference, so maybe one of their losses comes in the non-conference, and then of course, maybe their 2 wins come in the Big 12 Conference. I mean, that's the only way I can see them winning those games. Pittsburgh is a very winnable game, though, for them. It's a rematch from last year's game. And then you got, of course, Penn State. That probably will be automatically a loss. I don't really see West Virginia competing in that game. But you never know. I mean, West Virginia could be a really sneaky good team in the Big 12, but they really could be another surprise team as well. But this is a West Virginia team that was very disappointing last year. And their projection comes out to be 3-9 and 2-7 in the conference. But I don't see them going winless. Like I said with Iowa State, I don't really see them going winless in the Big 12. BYU, one of the newcomers here in the Big 12. They're here at number 12 on this list. They're projected to go 5-7 and 3-6 in the conference. Yeah, 5-7 is, I think, a fair projection for BYU, but I can see this team definitely going 6-6. This is a team that their schedule kind of got a little bit tougher down the stretch. They had a bunch of road games, and obviously they do play Arkansas in the non-conference out of the SEC. That what makes the schedule a lot tougher for BYU. But this team is projected to go 5-7 and 3-6 in the conference. And the thing with these newcomers in the Big 12, we just don't know how good they're going to be in their first year in the Big 12. And we got 2 newcomers here, UCF and Houston. They're both projected to go 6-6 and 4-5 in the conference. And we had a bunch of ties, right here from 11 all the way to the last 4 and 5 in the conference play team. We got UCF, Houston, Texas Tech, and Baylor. All of these teams are projected to go 6-6 and 4-5 in the conference. I mean, anybody can, win the Big 12. You can see how wide open this conference is going to be with all these 6-6 teams. And there's a bunch of 6-6 teams on these standing projections. But these could change by the time we do those predictions in the month of May. But UCF comes in here at 6-6 and 4-5 in the conference. Houston the same way. And these are 2 newcomers in the Big 12 as well. Texas Tech comes in here at number 9. I expect this team to kind of be a dark horse contender in the Big 12 this season. However, they're projected to go 6-6 and 4-5 in the conference. And they do play Oregon out of the non-conference in the Pac-12. But the good news is they do get that game at home. But I'm kind of expecting Texas Tech to be the dark horse contender in the Big 12. Baylor the same way. They weren't really that good last year. Baylor, though, projected to go 6-6 and 4-5 in the conference. The schedule's kind of tough for Baylor, so that's why they ended up here at number 8 and also projected to go 6-6. And all these teams from 8 through 12, is how they ended up here because of their schedules. I mean, their schedules were really tough and they were really hard to project against. But all 5 of these teams that you're seeing from 8 through 12 have a really good shot to be dark horse contenders in the Big 12, and that's from 8 through 14. So now let's go to the top 7 here. In the Big 12, we'll start with Kansas here at number 7. Kansas projected to go 6-6 and also 4-5 in the conference. And you also got Cincinnati here projected also to go 6-6 and 4-5 in the conference. So we had 7 teams tied for, projected to go 6-6 and 4-5 in the conference. And like I said, you could just see how wide open this conference is going to be. All these teams are battling maybe for that top 6 spot. In the Big 12, let's talk about Kansas first, one of the most surprised teams from last year in the Big 12. I do think Kansas was definitely underrated last year. Maybe they're overrated this season, coming in, but they do have a lot of production coming back. So I'm kind of expecting Kansas to be that, good team once again in the Big 12. Then you got Cincinnati here, obviously, with Scott Satterfield as their new head coach. Cincinnati is going to be a lot different this year. We don't know how good they're going to be in their first year in the Big 12. And like I said, the same thing with Houston, UCF, and BYU. We don't know how all good these 4 newcomers will be in their first year in the Big 12, but Cincinnati and Kansas, they're both tied as well here with a projected record of 6-6 and 4-5 in the conference. And like I said, we had 7 teams tied here for, 6-6 as the projection and then 4-5 here in the conference. 7 teams. I mean, you could just see how wide open this conference is going to be in 2023, and that's why I'm looking forward to seeing the Big 12 this year. Oklahoma State comes in here at the number 5 spot. We're now heading to the top 5. Oklahoma State's projected to go 9-3 and 6-3 in the conference. Yes, I know they lost a lot of players due to the transfer portal. I'm not really saying that they're going to be really good this year. I'm not saying they're going to be terrible, but like I said, this is not a prediction. This is simply a projection based on this schedule. And Oklahoma State's schedule is not all that tough. I mean, you look at it, they do get some of their hard games at home this year, and that's what the good news is about that schedule, and that's how they came out to be at 9-3 on this projection standings. TCU at number 4 and Texas also at number 3. They're also projected to go 9-3. So you got 3 teams here tied for 9-3, but TCU and Oklahoma State are both tied here at 6-3 in the conference. TCU coming off that playoff berth from last year. I think this will be a step back year for them. Their prediction probably could change, or the projection could change by the time we do those predictions in the month of May. But they're projected to go 9-3 and 6-3. I think this is still a really good TCU team. I'm not saying they're going to be terrible after that playoff berth from last year. Texas, number 3 here. They're leaving for the SEC next year, trying to, make their last year in the Big 12 count. They're projected to go 9-3 and 7-2 in the conference. Texas, obviously, with a lot of hype coming into this year. Arch Manning and Quinn Ewers battling for that quarterback position. It's going to be a pretty wide open position this year for this Texas team, and I'm kind of expecting Texas to be that, maybe that dark horse contender in the Big 12 this year. But however, if you're probably saying how do they have 3 losses on this projection, well, I mean, they do play Alabama in the non-conference. Maybe that 3rd loss comes in the non-conference to Alabama. They do have to play that game on the road, but if they do win that game, I mean, their prediction could come out to be 10-2. So don't sleep on Texas, though, heading into 2023. Oklahoma, they're heading to the SEC also next year. So they're kind of like Texas, trying to make this last year count in the Big 12. They're projected to go 10-2 and 7-2 in the conference. I know Oklahoma was bad last year. They went 6-7 last year, but this team has a lot of production coming back, and also you got Dylan Gabriel, probably one of the top quarterbacks coming into next year. Maybe outside of those other quarterbacks in the Big 12, like Quinn Ewers or anything like that. I think Dylan Gabriel can run the table if he stays healthy and stays consistent. Oklahoma's going to be a very dangerous team on offense as well, so watch out for the Sooners. Kansas State then comes in here at number 1. I expect this Kansas State team to still probably be one of the top teams in the Big 12 next year. This team winning it all last year. And their projection came out to be 10-2 and 8-1 in the conference. maybe they do lose a non-conference game perhaps. Remember, they do play Missouri out of the non-conference. Maybe that's where their loss comes from. And also they could probably lose another game in the Big 12. So definitely watch out, for that Missouri game in the non-conference for this Kansas State team. But in my opinion, they are the big team that, is going to be, the team to focus on in the Big 12. But if you look at this conference this year, it's definitely going to be wide open. Probably one of the best conferences heading into next year. I don't expect anybody to go undefeated in the Big 12 next year. But if I was going to choose an undefeated team, it would definitely be Kansas State and probably Oklahoma and Texas. TCU, I don't expect to go undefeated this year. I mean, based off of where they were from last year, I don't expect them to go undefeated, but this is a team that's going to probably take a step back year. And like I said, with those 7 teams from 6, through 12, those are the teams that are going to be dark horse contenders in the Big 12. So you're going to see a lot of dark horse contenders in this Big 12 conference, and you're going to see just a wide open conference. And like I said, this is the conference I'm looking forward to heading into next football season. I hate that Texas and Oklahoma are leaving the Big 12 for the SEC next year, but I'm going to enjoy it here for the last year of the Big 12 with Oklahoma and Texas. But those are my projected standings for the 2023 Big 12 college football season. Let me guys know what you think about this Big 12 conference. Are you looking forward to it? And also, do you agree with these standings? Do you disagree with these standings? Let me know down in the comments below. And stay tuned here for more sports content on the Lucas Ross Sports Channel.